let me tell you, this right here, this is the type of episode that made me fall in love with the brand. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for RuPaul Drag Race All Stars 4. This is episode 1. This, I have to say, I enjoyed this episode so much. It literally took me back. It took me back to the excitement and everything that was going on in the stars and all of everything that got me so engaged when it first started. This was the excitement that I got when it first started airing. I loved this episode. I had such a great time. The whole hour and a half, it just flew by. It flew by. It was just one of those moments where I remember why I do drag and, just the excitement of the whole entertainment thing and, dealing with the crowds and dealing with the fans and all of that. It really did encompass everything that is drag. It was just a bunch of fun. It was a learning experience. There were things to be learned. Everything, just like when you do a pageant. I said I would never stop doing pageants until I got to a point where I felt like I wasn't learning anymore. And I'm 23 years in the business, and I still love a good fucking pageant. Because there's always something to learn. There's always something somebody's doing or something that somebody can give that builds on to what it is that I already have going on. So this is what I got here. Let's just go through the things as they kind of started happening and the girls as they came into the room. First of all, Jennifer Lewis was a guest judge. I was sold that. Y'all know I love Jennifer Lewis. Love the mother of Black Hollywood, baby. Get your ass out and vote Jennifer Lewis. I don't want nobody fucking with me down here in these streets. Jennifer Lewis. That Jennifer Lewis. Child, love it. Love it. Ross Matthews was back. Everything that we love was on the show. It was good. It was good. Okay, so let's get started. First girl out, Monique Hart. Now, I have mixed feelings on Monique Hart. I don't love her, but I don't hate her, okay? But she came out, bitch's body snatched, always. Body snatched, costume was very cute, and it was very Monique. It's nothing that I would wear, but it was very Monique. It was very her character and what she does. It was her aesthetic. And I thought she looked really, really good. And like she said, when I came originally, I didn't have any money, but God made a way for me to be able to get out there with the people and make the money. She got the bookings and things that she needed to build onto her brand. And now she has the caliber of clothing and things that she feels like she needs to compete, which is going to definitely help her along the way. So I was all here for it. I was like, come on, Monique, come on through. Look good. She really did. She looked good. And again, I have my moments with Monique because there's some things about Monique that I kind of don't like. I think she's very, very opinionated. She's very opinionated and she's very quick to read. And she's not at the polished level yet that I feel to be able to read the way that she reads. And there's very few girls that actually are, to tell the truth. There's very few bitches that are actually at the level to read the way that Monique reads. But anyway, so whatever, we're gonna keep on watching Monique. I was happy with her entrance. Trinity, the Tuck or Trinity Taylor, however she's going, came in, slayed. You know that bitch dresses. Slay. Body is always snatched. She slayed. She had this neon like pickup sticks It looked like pickup sticks on her gown, but it had the feel of like fringe, but it was like plastic pickup sticks. It was sharp as hell, sharp as hell, and she had this like boxed type of choker. It was just sharp. Trinity dresses. Trinity dresses. Trinity pays a lot of attention to details. A lot of attention to details. And I think she plays a large part in the designing of her costumes and stuff. I think she works really closely with the designers and stuff. And it's always her aesthetic is always her, and it's always good. For even things that she has that may not be your taste, the detailing is impeccable and can't be read. It just is what it is. That bitch is going to turn a look. And she looked good as usual. Makeup good, hair good. She was together, thoroughly together. Very much Trinity. Next was Naomi Smalls. I don't know why well, I do know why she's here. The fans love Naomi. Naomi, she don't knock me out. She never did. She doesn't knock me out. She has the long legs, and she's the tall, slender. She's the tall, slender. She has that model body, that back in the day model body, and the kids go up for her. But again, there's a piece of polish that's kind of not there. Um, I don't put her in this caliber of girls. I just don't. I don't. And entertainment wise, I just do not put her in that caliber of girls. I just don't. Um, and when I look at, I always look at. She looks like Curious George to me. She looks like Curious George to me, in and out of drag. That's what I see. And that's not to say that she's ugly or anything, because Curious George is absolutely adorable, but he's a little monkey. You know what I mean? He's a little monkey. He's a little monkey character, and that's what she looks like a little caricature to me. She's not overly beautiful. She's not ugly. She's just kind of there, and she doesn't do anything that knocks me out. Other than she's thin. She's thin and she's tall. That's it. And I'm not gonna say she wore the best outfits or nothing like that. It's nothing like that. She's just thin and tall and got long legs. Big deal. Rue got long legs. And anyway, moving on. Monet Exchange. Y'all know I likes me some Monet Exchange. Snatched. She represents for curvy girls. Curvy girls, not the big girls. She represents for the curvy girls. And that bitch had big hair. So they couldn't come for her squeezer. She had big hair. And I was happy to see her. I'm glad that she's actually here. I live for Monet. She little Bob the drag queen, honey. So, I'm all in for it. I like her. Gia Gunn. It's gonna be a long season. I don't do Gia Gunn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I try, but I can't. Now I'm gonna give this. She's the first trans woman contestant. So absolutely, I'm living for this. That she is so beautiful. She's beautiful, and she really looks like a woman and everything like that. I'm glad, because the trans community, I think, gets a bad deal a lot of times, because a lot of times if things are changing, with like Pose, and even with like Sonique and our girls that we've had here, even Carmen. These girls actually look like women, because a lot of times we'll get trans people, they'll throw trans people in our face who still are looking, got that Caitlyn Jenner thing going on. And that's not what trans is all about, baby, because there are more trans women that look like the T.S. Madisons and the Janet Mocks and Gia Gunn and Carmen and all those girls. There's more trans people who are completely beautiful and unclockable than we have those fucking bricks like Caitlyn Jenner. But that's what we all, when they say, oh, trans woman, they want to throw a bitch that look like a man in a damn tennis skirt, talking about that's a trans woman. Quit fucking playing. Quit playing. We have beautiful trans women and pre-op trans women. And that's, I always had a problem with that. I'm like, why aren't they show all these, come on, we got a whole 3 days worth of contestants at Continental every year. Bitches are fall down gorgeous. Where are they all at? No, y'all want to show old brick face Caitlyn. Like, stop playing. So for that, I'm glad that G is here. I'm glad that little wall has been broken, and now we can have trans girls as contestants, and that's fine. And everybody's happy with Rue again. I'm cool with that. But Gia Gunn is a bitch. And I've told you all that before. I don't like bitchy queens, whether they're trans, drag, or I just don't like bitchy queens. I'm not into it. I can't get into it. It's a bit much for me. And that's where my problem be coming in with Monique Hart, because Monique Hart is right there teeter-tottering on that bitch line. So she be teetering, child. But Gia Gunn is a straight up bitch. Straight up bitch. Beautiful, gorgeous hair and all of that. But Gia Gunn, bitch, you ain't talented like that. She come in being a bitch. Just being a bitch. Reading. Came right in and gonna say, oh, Trinity, girl, I saw you on Botched. Well, first of all, that's the last thing that anybody wants to talk about who has had plastic surgery is being on Botched. Don't nobody want to talk about no fucked up surgery unless you're on Botched. And then she said, girl, I just seen a monster and I knew that was my sister. What kind of shit is that to come into a room and say to somebody? Who do you think you are? I said, girl, listen, miss. Said, is this what you're going to be doing? Me and you going to have a problem, Gia. And that's why we do have a problem. Because I just don't feel like she's not the one to be throwing reeds around like that. Because, first of all, let me be very clear, Gia Gunn. Bitch, you're not one of the charmed ones. You understand? You're not. You're not. You are okay. She's an okay performer. She's cool to look at. And that's basically it. That's her gig, is that she's cool to look at. But you're not like the rest of the House of Edwards, darling. You're surrounded by the charmed ones. Baby, you don't have an iota of the talent that Shanji has, nor Laganja, nor please, girl, don't play. You couldn't command the room like Alyssa Edwards if you fucking tried. You are surrounded by the charmed ones, but definitely, sweetie, you are the sister that they just put the pacifier in her mouth and drag her along. You're not one of the charmed ones. They don't need you over at the House of Edwards, girl, to work a spell. Trust that they don't. So you need to really humble yourself and stop with all this reading and coming for people. And I will talk about it later. Go on. Let me move on through my girls who are coming through the door. But Gia Gunn's here. Hi, bitch. Moving on. Pheromones. Crying ass bitch. Crying ass bitch. You gorgeous, though. Pheromones is the Christina Aguilera of Drag Race. Except for when Christina shows up. Just beautiful. She came in gorgeous. Just look flawless. She thinks that she's made a brand of that. And it really isn't cute. It's funny every now and again because your name is Pheromones. We get it, bitch. But when you really start crying and moaning, girl, we just want to smack the shit out of you. And it gets on everybody's nerves around. I said, that's going to play against her. But, whatever. But she looked beautiful. That bitch, her look is impeccable. And, child, who was that? Somebody was reading about her ass. Monique. No, mama. No. Because, girl, she runs circles around you and slay you when it comes to looks. Like an actual look and an aesthetic. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Girl, she's giving woman. And you're giving drag queen. So, no, mama. When you see her and it comes down to her aesthetic, you sit in the corner and you turn. You ain't got to turn all the way to the wall, but you damn sure turn a little bit, bitch. Just don't say nothing, Monique. Leave that alone. But Fair look good. Jasmine Masters. I was like, all right, cool. It was good to see Jasmine, but Jasmine keeps getting a chance. And then she comes in, and 10 seconds after she's there, I start doubting her already. I start doubting her. We're going to talk about that though. But I was glad to see Jasmine. I said, okay, girl, you're getting another shot. Getting another shot. Come on, girl. I'm Jasmine Masters and I got something to say. Well, come on in there and say it then, bitch. Come on in and tell the people what you got on your mind. So I was like, all right, but I was like, okay, Jasmine, let's see. Okay, and then we got Valentina. More the same. More the same. She rolled through. I'm not going to say that I was glad to see her. I didn't mind seeing her. Um, she has a following enough to be there. Definitely, she has a strong enough following to be there. Um, do I think that she's learned anything? No. Do I think she's different than how she was? No. I think she knows a little more how to play the game than she did before, but I still don't trust her. I don't trust her. And I definitely think she's a bitch. So she's definitely not one that I would be. I would be very much giving her this, honey. I don't trust her any further than I can see her. Don't trust her. But that bitch can turn and look. That bitch had a bad pair of motherfucking pumps on. I said, oh, them pumps were everything. Everything. Bitch, I don't trust you at all. Okay, so that was it. Those were the 8 girls. Rue rolled through. And Rue's like talking, and they're like, what? Only 8 girls? Let's just stop trying to do too much. Y'all counting, and y'all already know that bitch be throwing curveballs. Baby, she told them I done threw a curveball at y'all ass. Or maybe 2 curveballs. They're like, what? Next thing you know, baby, she opened the door, and in the door comes, honey, Latrilla. Baby, it was Latrice Royale and our girl Manila Luzon, honey, and they were handcuffed to each other. And she brought them out, and they both looked lovely. I was like, all right, good to see him. Y'all know Latrice will turn a piece of hair on y'all's ass, and you know Manila's going to pull a look. Period. 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 You know she's the queen of the white streak, honey. Is the white streak? Well, first it's 101 Dalmatians, Cruella de Vil. But once you get past that, baby, there is Cruella and there is Manila Luzon, honey. Turns it out. But I was so happy to see her. I was happy to see the both of them. But y'all know from the door, before we even go any further, baby, I am hashtag Team Latrice Royale from here out. Period. Period. Love her. Love her to death. But they broke the chain. And she said, no, I brought them back here. Said they were fierce as a team, but I brought them back here to compete. Separates. And I was like, come on with it. And they went right from that into the mini challenge, the first mini challenge, and it was the library is open, baby, and they went to read. They were reading. Oh, they were reading. I said, oh my God. Everybody was reading. Had some good reads in. Child, poor Pheromone, her shit just fell just as flat. I said, girl, stand on over there and just be pretty. I'm gonna make you turn your face to the corner of the wall in a minute. Just stand over there and hush. But of course, the winner of that was none other than Latrice Royale. Of course, she won it on her season. She won it. She always wins that category, honey, because she reads down. So I was like, okay, cool. So then we move on. Our first Maxi challenge is an all-star spangled variety show. And we're doing the same thing. And this was the same thing. If you win the mini challenge, you get money and prizes. If you win the Maxi challenge, you win money. And then you go to lip sync. And there's a $10,000 bag through the lip sync. And then you decide who is going to go home of the 2 bottoms. So it was like, let's get it going. So it was the All-Star Spangled Variety Show. And what I loved in this piece, is that most of the girls actually did their songs. And this has been a big thing for me. It's something that I really, really love. I love this whole thing that a lot of the girls have albums and singles, and a lot of them have their own music and stuff. And I just love that. I love it. I just love that. But they actually got a chance to actually do their stuff, because I don't know if you've ever noticed, the whole RuPaul's Drag Race thing is nothing but grounds where Ru markets all of her shit. She drops a new album damn near every time a new season starts. She pumps her songs all throughout the season. She is steadily marketing herself through this, just like with every other reality. See, she's a brilliant fucking businessman. Okay, I love RuPaul Charles, the businessman, just as much as I love RuPaul, the glamazon. And we don't see the glamazon very much. We see RuPaul Charles most of the time, because that bitch is about her bag. She's about her business. And I live. I totally live. And that bitch knows how to market herself. If you want to know how to make some money, pay attention to RuPaul Charles. If you want to know how to build a character that is respected, pay attention to RuPaul, the Glamazon. Okay, that's it. Down off the soapbox. Boom, 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 bam, and I'm back. Let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to say this about the variety show before I even get started. Gia Gunn, shut up, bitch. Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth and stop being a bitch. She going around, I'm worried about you and I'm worried about you. Well, bitch, worry about you. Worry about you, because in your season, bitch, you went home. Your shit was fucked up and you went home. Okay, you didn't stick around very long, sweetie. They didn't even break out the cupcakes before you left. You were out of that mother. So just shut up. You're doing too much. And it was just ridiculous. Let's go through the girls again on the way that they came out. Monique Hart came out first. She did her new song called Brown Cow Stunning, and it was good. And she performed her ass off. I thought she was really good. I really enjoyed her. Loved her look. Wig was worrying me, after she did her number in that. And as time when I guess she started sweating and stuff, child, that wig line was starting to bother me a little bit. I said, girl, ooh, bitch. A lot of makeup on that wig line, honey. A lot of makeup on it, honey. On that lace, I said. Anyway, but her performance was good. She did her own song. Loved it. Naomi. Naomi came out. I was wondering, what is Naomi going to do? She did a comedy twist thing. And it was her, I believe that's actually her song too. It's about fashion, and she was doing this thing. She's like doing what she does. She's modeling up and down the stage, and she's, kind of lip syncing a little bit and everything. And then she basically, there was this comedic twist is the only thing that saved it. It was this comedic twist shit, this big, it was like Anna Wintour hair personified. It was more Myrtle Snow, bitch, but it was blonde. It was big, baby. And it was giving you fashion. It was giving fashion, high fashion. Very Vidal Sassoon back in the day. And she was doing her little thing, and then baby, she at the end, she took and pulled the top part off. Baby, it was giving bald right here with the piece of, I said, girl, no, she didn't, honey. It was hilarious. It was hilarious, and it was given, fashion, and how you had to catch it. That fashion is not always pretty. Some things are fashion, and it's in fashion, and it's very in vogue, and it's not very glamorous. Sometimes it's something that would be deemed as ugly. And I said, girl, you better come on through here, honey. She gave us that it was some old clown. It was an old clown look. I look like old clown, just bald headed with hair in the back, giving bozo tease. It was cute. It was funny. Real funny. Next, Gia Gunn came on and did a whole kabuki number. Now, I'll give this to that bitch. It was very good. It was very good. But like she said, she's been practicing that and training in kabuki for 15 years. All right, now we've seen that. And I can imagine that you'll be on the mega bus in the coming weeks. Because other than that, We'll see, Miss Gia. But her Kabuki number was really good. It was really, really good. And it's actually, that's the best I've ever seen her on or off the show. It was real good. So I said, she saved herself because you did a lot of shit talking. And you had got on my last nerve. Trinity did a comedy skit about tucking. And it was, and I believe it's her song as well. And it's a whole parody act, very old school, very well done, funny as hell, funny as hell. It was really, really good. She was definitely, it was one of my top three, because my top three acts that I really, really liked was Trinity, Gia, and Monique were my favorites. And then we had, after her, we had Farrah. Farrah's number was burlesque. Gorgeous. The setup of everything, gorgeous. Her outfit, gorgeous. It was so on point. You could not read it and tell the bitch failed. She did her tear off of her skirt and slipped on her skirt and she fell. And that didn't actually kill her. That didn't kill her. She killed herself. Because it just threw her off. And I'm like, but I gave her kudos because she kept going. Because she's such a whiner and such a crier. I was like, oh God. I was like, fair. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm sitting there, I hollered at the television, girl, keep going, keep going. And she did. And I was very proud of her. She kept going. I'm like, because when you're looking as beautiful as you look, bitch, you fail. No big deal. And I get it. I fell. I told you all the story. I fell during a pageant when I ran for Miss Three Rivers Pride. I fell. And I still fucking won the pageant. Because I stayed professional and I kept on going. I kept on doing. I just worked it right on it. And it was a burlesque piece to my number that I was doing. I was doing the Josephine Baker situation at the time. I just rolled it right on in. She didn't. She kind of just stumbled through, but she finished. So kudos for her finishing, because I know she could be immature and very non-professional at times. I was like, all right, fair. Then next was Monet Exchange, and she came up and did her song "Soak It Up" that I love. I watched the video, Soak It Up, and listened to the song all the damn time. If you have never seen it, it is on YouTube. Look it up, Soak It Up. The video is flawless. The video is flawless. Flawless. Fabulous. Lovely video. But yeah, she did Soak It Up. And her vocals weren't the best in the beginning. And like she said, I had a bad vocal day. Yeah, you did. But that was cool. You did it, and you did it, bitch. You were entertaining. You did it. I loved her reveal. And she had her sponge outfit on. She had another, that's her brand. So she had another part of her little sponge outfit. And I was like laughing. I was like, all right, girl. Now, what I would have loved to say, I wish she had dancers. I wish she would have had dancers with her. I don't know if they were, what if they were even would have been able to have dancers, but it would have been nice if she could have had two pit crew. The two new pit crew members, fine, honey. I said, ooh. All right, I don't usually pay them no attention. I said, ooh, rude, okay. But it would have been nice if she could have had two of the pit crew do backup dancing for her. But whatever, she did her song. I loved it. Manila Luzon did this whole thing. Oh shit, I forgot. Manila was in my tops too. Manila did a whole thing, and they were reading, giving, girl, what's she doing? She was painting on stage. But what they didn't clock was that she literally was painting the picture upside down, and you never clocked it till the very end of the number where she flipped the whole portrait upside down and you saw the actual picture. I said, Manila, bitch, you better work. You better work, bitch. Now that's talent. And then in the midst of that, the bitch went behind the picture when she was flipping it over. She flipped over and switched her whole outfit. I said, Miss Manila, get on out of here. So yeah, she was actually in my tops as well. I thought her number was flawless. And I loved how nobody knew what the fuck she was doing and were really questioning her. Like, what? And then when she did it, it was like, oh, damn, got us. Yes, she did. I loved it. Jasmine did stand up and completely bombed. She completely bombed. When they were backstage, Monique asked her, girl, because somebody else was talking to her and asked her, was she rehearsing some things? She's like, I don't rehearse. I go right off the cuff. Cool. Ain't no problem with that because that's how I do my videos. I pretty much go off the cuff, but I do use an outline, which is what Monique said. Girl, do you have a do something like a little outline, and then you always know your place? Oh no, girl, I just go. And that's the thing that I'm noticing about Jasmine. And it's been a long time, but I have noticed Jasmine is very narcissistic. Very. You can't tell Jasmine Master shit. There's nobody who can tell her anything. She doesn't take constructive criticism well at all. At all. She very much knows, oh, I know, I know, I know, and don't know shit. Don't know shit. I was like, okay, this is it for me, Jasmine. Why are you here? Why are you here? I am done with this narcissistic act and this mean girl act and that whole know-it-all. It's very unattractive, and I like Jasmine Masters, but that is very unattractive. Child, why are you here? If you know everything, why are you here? Bye, Jasmine. I wasn't feeling it at all, but she bombed. She completely bombed. And I'm like, I don't even, she's so narcissistic to the point, I don't believe that she believes she bombed. I said, girl, goodbye. Bye, bitch. She was strutting on out of there. I was like, she fucked that up. Then we had Latrice. Latrice came out doing her own song, and she did the whole dance with the flags and stuff. And you know, it always gets over when she dances because she's a big girl, and people don't expect her to move the way she moves. And she's not no young spring chicken, and she do her shit. Hashtag team Latrice, girl, get down. So I liked it. And then Valentina came out, and I was like so happy she did because lip sync. Lip sync is a talent. There is a talent to lip syncing. So I was laughing like, okay, she lip synced and let them know. And it worked perfectly that it was Valentina that actually did it because she was letting them know, I do know how to lip sync. I was just a trifling bitch and didn't learn that other song, but the bitch was on her words. She did a wonderful job. She did. I just kind of looked at her. I was like, girl, that's not going to put you in the tops. But I understand what you did. You gagged the girls, Kevin, honey. I know how to lip sync. And it was cool. It was a good performance. So that was fine. Okay, so the top girls were Monique and Trinity. Came out on top. I was like, okay, cool. I was cool with that. The bottoms were Farrah and Jasmine. Yeah, I guess I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Now, you know how they do the little conversations back and forth, and it's in essence, some people get the bagging and carrying on. You know how that whole thing goes. This is the whole mental piece of All Stars, and I have to say I loved the conversation that Monique had with Farrah. She was real straight up with her. She said, "Girl, first of all, that crying is getting on my nerves. You need to stop crying." Both of them told her that. Trinity too told her. Nobody fell for it, and I think she was swole with that because she's used to people falling for the pretty crying act. She gets crying. They said, "Girl, stop all that crying. It's getting on her nerves," and that's what the show gave. Even when she went back out on the main stage, they was giving, "Girl, you need to stop crying. Shut up, bitch. Nobody's feeling that. Nobody's here for it. Just shut up, crying, bitch." And I was like, good. But Monique had a conversation with her and was telling her, girl, I don't want to see no more of this. If I let you stay, bitch, I want to see that you came here to fight, that you're trying to push forward to do something. 22, you were here. You was fucking up. You was crying and whining all over the place. Now you 25. What you gonna do, bitch? That's what I want to see. And Farrah was like, I want to be here. I got something to prove. She said, now that's the bitch I want to see. And you know what? I liked it. I liked the conversation they had. And I honestly believe if Farrah could spend some time under Monique, it would change Farrah's whole persona. I think it would change her whole persona. I really did. I would love for her to be able to spend more time with Monique and people who act like Monique, who are going to actually really not be mean to her, but tell her, bitch, cut it out. Shit. And when Jennifer Lewis told her, girl, The hell with all that goddamn nervous shit. Leave that shit at home. Point blank, period. So this is what I want to see going with Fair. But anyway, so the girls get out. Oh, and Jasmine, narcissistic mess at its best. You know, she was just very much, well, you can't say that I wasn't funny and this, that, and the other. And this is what she was given. All this. I said, bitch. I wanted to reach through through the TV and give her. She got on my nerves so bad. I was like, oh, you fucking bitch, just shut up. Wore me thin. Wore me thin. I was like, whoever it is, send Jasmine home. Send her motherfucking ass home because she know everything. And I ain't going through 900 weeks of this bitch swearing she ain't did nothing wrong. Bye, Jasmine. Swipe left. See you, girl. Anyway, so they go ahead on down there. And the song was Mariah Carey, Emotions, and Trinity and Monique. They start off, I right away I said, Trinity, bitch, quit playing. Trinity was so goddamn clean. And she changed. She had this whole gown on, badass gown. Stretch, it was like a stretch velveteen like gown. Beat it. It had like all kind of stones going on. It was multicolored. They had a border around the ball. It was really sharp. Very Trinity. Very Trinity. Had her hair swooped in one side. Very Jessica Rabbit. I said, come on. Very Mariah Carey. You know what the song is. You know what it's given. Very Mariah Carey. Very regal. Very pulled up and very pulled together. Monique didn't change clothes. She had her same outfit on. So right away, you already are starting off like this. You ain't got to change clothes, but the fact that this bitch changed clothes, she got you right here, starting off. They start going. Monique starts doing the regular RuPaul's Drag Race lip sync for your life, which I can't stand. You know, it's always the same thing. It's the same dances, swinging your head and carrying on, doing a split and doing a death drop, you know, and it's just a different song playing. She even pulled the stunt with the glitter underneath the wig and took her wig and threw her wig off. Girl, keep your damn hair on. She threw her wig off. Girl, that only works for Sasha Velour because Sasha Velour is a bald queen. That's what she gives. That's her brand. You know, you go bald. Girl, now you just look like a bald-headed man with makeup on. So it just wasn't. And it's not, you're not a pretty girl to where you could pull bald and they'd be like, that bitch is bad bald. That don't work for you. So now you just look like somebody's nephew with a bunch of makeup on. I was like, you done lost, sis. So that was that. Trinity stayed in character the whole time, baby. She gave you Mariah Carey. You know, it wasn't no, I mean, it was definitely over dramatized, Mariah Carey. And then she even laid on the ground real ladylike in her gown and did all of her little stuff and did all of her notes and all of that and got on up and she won. They told Monique, get your motherfucking hair, because the hair was through her hair up. It got caught in the rafters. Shout out was the whole kiki. That it was caught up in the rafters and they had to get a stick to get it down. I said, clown mania, honey. So that was that. She won. Trinity picked Jasmine, and they sent Jasmine's ass home. Narcissistic Mary had the nerve to say to Trinity, I still love you, girl. Well, she didn't do anything to you, bitch. You damn near threw the gauntlet and said, please send me home. Send me home because I ain't do nothing wrong, bitches. That's what it gave. You whores don't know what's going on. I got it going on. Yeah, on the megabus. Goodbye, Jasmine Masters, girl. Now, I'll be down. I love seeing you on YouTube, and I'm glad you're back there because I couldn't do no more of you on VH1. You got on my goddamn nerves tonight. Sure did. Mm-hmm. You got something to say? Go on home and say it, child. Anyway, so this was it. I didn't talk way too long, but this was an excellent episode. I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, everything's right in order. Everything's right in order. This is going to be good. But again, y'all know I'm hashtag Team Latrice, honey. But anyway, all right, you guys, I'll see y'all right back here next week, honey.